breaking news tonight. Approximately 11 p.m. last night, Trump attacked Venezuela. So the president of No Wars just started a new war. I'm sure to distract us from the Epstein files situation.
My work is easy because I use ClickUp. Here's how I keep track of all my tasks. I start by brain dumping everything I need to get done in a list view. Next, I set a priority and a due date.
But it is clear for the video. We begin with breaking news at 11 o'clock. There are explosions happening right now in Caracas, the capital of Venezuela. Video going viral on social media. They're showing powerful explosions happening in a number of places in the sprawling capital city. And more video showing what appears to be Chinook and Apache attack helicopters flying across the city as these explosions continue. Residents in the city also posting about the sound of fighter jets flying over the city as well. Now, the Pentagon has moved an armada of Navy ships, including the Gerald R. Ford aircraft carrier, and all of its support ships into the Caribbean Sea, just off the coast of Venezuela. But there has been no official word from the White House or the Pentagon of a U.S. military operation targeting sites in Venezuela tonight. But it is clear from the videos that we have seen that some type of military operation is now underway. And for several months, the U.S. military has been attacking what it claims are drug-running boats leaving from Venezuelan shores. The death toll in those attacks estimated to be more than 100 people. And we will continue to monitor the developments. Again, this is breaking news happening right now. We'll bring you any new developments of information as we get it.
Right now, U.S. officials are gathering information as a source tells CNN Venezuelan security forces have detained at least 5 Americans. The details about those captured in recent months have not been released. Trump administration officials believe Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro.
But it is clear from the videos that we have seen that
starting at around 2 a.m. local time. You can see the video here coming in. It shows low-flying aircraft in the city. This is the first U.S. military attack within the country. President Trump is targeting the South American nation over its authoritarian leader, Nicolas Maduro, and his alleged ties to drug cartels. It follows months of military buildup in the region. The strikes come just hours after Maduro had said he was open to negotiations with the U.S. Let's go right to CBS News correspondent Natalie Brand. She's traveling with the president in West Palm Beach, Florida. And Natalie, what are we hearing from the Trump administration right now?
Well, as of this hour, sources are telling CBS News that Trump administration officials are aware of these reports of explosions and aircraft. No immediate response from the White House, but we've also learned for U.S. officials that President Trump ordered strikes on sites inside Venezuela, including military facilities. This, of course, comes as the administration has escalated its campaign against the regime of Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro, which the U.S. administration views as illegitimate. So right now, as we've seen on some initial video coming in, which we are still working to gather and confirm, several explosions were heard around 2 a.m. local time Saturday overnight in Venezuela's capital city, Caracas. People seen kind of rushing to the streets. And again, this is something that the president himself has said was a possibility out loud, talking about potential land strikes. CBS News has also learned from sources that the president gave the U.S. military the green light to conduct land strikes in Venezuela days before the actual operation, waiting for conditions to be right there. Sources also say that military officials were even going to conduct the mission on Christmas, but U.S. airstrikes in Nigeria, as you may remember, against ISIS targets took precedence that day, according to the sources. So again, we are still working to confirm the latest, but course, as you know, this comes on top of months of a pressure campaign, which started back in September with those initial strikes that we saw on alleged drug boats off the coast of Venezuela. That has expanded now to a massive military buildup around Venezuela, a blockade of sanctioned oil tankers, a pressure campaign that's both military and also economic pressure.
As you said, this has been a slow and steady escalation. What is the president's goal in Venezuela this time?
He's been careful not to completely disclose that when asked. He won't talk about regime change, even though that's what a lot of lawmakers over on Capitol Hill say that they believe all signs point to. But President Trump, in interviews with reporters, including CBS News' own Nora O'Donnell, has said that he believes that Maduro's days as president are numbered. The big question, of course, is what would happen next. And that's where even allies of the president on Capitol Hill, after they received briefings on Venezuela operations.
So there you have it, guys. We are in Venezuela now. The president of No New Wars just started a new war. MAGA, go ahead and comment. Let me know how you feel about it. None of us in the U.S. want new wars, and I think he's doing this to distract from the Epstein files, because the latest tranche of Epstein files that came out do not look good for Trump. I mean, he's all over the Epstein files, getting hand jobs from 13-year-old girls and stuff like that he said look like his daughter. So this is just a big distraction. And how many trillions of dollars is this going to cost the U.S. taxpayer? So, hi, how are you? Nino? What do you guys think? You want war in Venezuela? I know he's doing it partially for the oil, but I think it's more of just a distraction. Little Marco Rubio got his way. And why, I heard about this on the conservative Reddit, actually. The conservative Reddit, thread. And then I looked it up. I don't know why this news isn't all over YouTube. I go to my YouTube page and the first thing that comes up is not war in Venezuela, it's some other crap. Are they trying to hide this? I mean, this is CBS, basically, Trump's new propaganda station, bought by the Ellison family when they got Paramount, so they're not going to say anything bad about Trump. They're only going to have shining, nice things to say about him. But according to the conservative Reddit that I was reading, conservatives and MAGA are not happy about Trump starting a new war. And who is happy about it? Marco Rubio, the, Cubans in Miami. Koyo Chimoto Vlog. Koyo Sivmoto Vlog, how are you? I assume you're a Filipino. We're talking about the war Trump just started in Venezuela. Is that what we need in the world? Is more new wars started by a sociopathic, egomaniac billionaire and his cohort of, Hispanic Cubans from Miami and Marco Rubio, who've been, they've been pushing for war with Venezuela for years now. What do you guys think? If you're new, go ahead and subscribe to the SpinCycle. We're here breaking the news. Nobody's talking about this war that just started overnight in Venezuela. I don't know why it's not being talked about everywhere. I'm going to run on over to the Reddit thread here. At least 6 large explosions have just occurred throughout Caracas. That's the capital of Venezuela. The capital of Venezuela, unconfirmed reports of potential U.S. airstrikes targeting military infrastructure. President Trump may have just dropped the hammer. Trump says Venezuela's Maduro has been captured after U.S. conducted large-scale strike on country. Then it is war. Elon Musk responds to Somali TikToker's death threat. Explosions reported in Caracas after aircraft flyover. I don't know if attacking Venezuela is going to be good for gas prices or bad for gas prices. Trump orders major attack on Venezuela. Trump says he captured president in wild attack on Venezuela. Early morning escalation. Trump wrote in a Truth Social post that Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro and his wife have been captured and flown out of the country. President Donald Trump says he has captured Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro and his wife, First Lady Celia Flores, as part of a large-scale attack on the capital city of Caracas on Saturday morning. Trump made an uncharacteristically brief announcement about the attacks on Truth Social at 4:21 a.m., writing that the United States of America has successfully carried out a large-scale strike against Venezuela and its leader, President Nicolas Maduro, who has been, along with his wife, captured and flown out of the country. The 70-year-old president went on to note that the operation was executed in conjunction with U.S. law enforcement, but did not cite which law enforcement agency was involved. Trump promised that more detail would be shared during a press conference from Mar-a-Lago at 11 a.m. CBS News was the first to confirm. Of course, that's his new news outlet that his friend Ellis and Friends bought. Pedestrians run for shelter as explosions and low-flying aircraft were heard in Caracas, Venezuela on Saturday. Okay, guys, I just wanted to get on here real quick and let everybody know who doesn't know already that the U.S. has officially attacked Venezuela. The president of No New Wars just started a new war. It might already be over. Regardless, he started the war. Go ahead and subscribe. See you next time.